Hey friends, if you see my most recent video, you see me open up this plantogram mulberry tree in this box right here. And I mentioned in my video, I'm going to take a few days to figure out where I want to put it, and then I'm going to transplant it. Well, the time has come. I'm going to put it in the ground right over here. I think it's going to offer great protection from the wind that comes from over there. So let's take a look at the instructions and see how that works. You can see how you over dig on the sides and down below, and you try to get the top of the plant right there about even with the soil where it's at, and then put mulch on top. So we're going to dig into this hard clay that I have right here, as you can see, and I'm going to take you step by step and show you how it works, and at the end I'm going to explain how you fertilize it. So let's get started. Alright, so here's the mulberry tree. I believe this is a 2.5 gallon container pot. So I have my tape measure handy, and let's just see what it measures out at. About 10 inches across and about 8 inches high. So we're going to over dig that, and then I'm going to put mulch on top after I dig it in the ground. So I'm going to figure a spot about 6 feet out from the edge of where I mow and start digging. Alright, there's only one thing you do when you're trying to dig through clay that hard. You have to super soak it with some water. Check this out. Alright, let that set a minute, and then you'll see how easy it is to dig. Alright, looks like we're going to want to put about 4 inches of dirt down there. So instead of me putting this heavy clay, I'm going to just take some garden soil all-purpose. I don't know if I ever showed you this knife right here. This one's really cool. It's by the OXO company. It's similar to like what they call the hori hori knife, a Japanese gardening knife. Alright, so here's a quick look at the OXO gardening knife. Straight edge on one side, straight edge on the other. A little bit of a cup design. Nice rubber grip handle. Sheath with a pocket clip. Alright. Lanyard hole. It works well. It costs about 30 bucks, I'd say. And I might have to cut this. The beautiful thing is you can use this as a serrated edge to cut. We're going to want it about even with the top, so I think I might have to put a little more dirt in. Alright, still a lot of water in there. Yeah, that's not bad. Alright. Alright, now I'm just taking some hardwood mulch. Alright, so maybe a second scoop of mulch, and then we're good. Now I just need to water it one more time. Alright, so right here's the finished product. This is the mulberry tree. I just want to show you what the label looks like. There it is. And actually on the tree, if I'll show you a close-up, there are some mulberries that are actually growing on there and turning color. In my other video, they were kind of white, but now let's take a closer look and see what color they are. Alright, as you can see, they're starting to turn red. So right now it's a very dry summer here in Michigan. As you can see, the lawn isn't very green at all. We haven't had that much rain. So I'm going to add a couple of gallons of water, and then every day probably go and add a little bit of water to it just to thoroughly make sure it takes off successfully. And let me show you some about the fertilizing tips that the Plantogram company recommends. Okay, so they recommend fertilizing with the 839 or similar fruit tree fertilizer once a month. Scatter 1 level tablespoon of fertilizer per foot of tree height, except in November and December. Alright, so I'm going to stick to that and try to thoroughly keep up with the nurturing of this tree right here. So I hope you find this video interesting. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, help support my channel. That's it, friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Alright, so if you like this video, I think you might like a few other videos over there to the right. Click on those. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit that red button down below. Also, check me out on Twitter and Instagram. Alright, friends. Enjoy.